Being a fashion designer is already stressful as it is because you have a lot of things that you're juggling, and content creation should not be one of them. That's why I'm making this video for you, from everything that I have learned personally, from building a personal page, a fashion brand, and even a faceless fashion brand. And if you see my face for the first time, my name is Clara, and I've built a couple of fashion brands while juggling the hustle of being a full-time student and a full-time fashion designer. So I completely understand how busy you can be, and all of these steps I'm going to be giving you today are practical steps that you can do alongside your already busy schedule. I have divided today's video into 5 different parts. The first step to this process is for you to pick a niche, and I know this is like one of the most popular things that you hear a lot when it comes to creating content. But before you roll your eyes about the fact that everybody keeps saying picking a niche, think about it. There is a page right now that if you want to sew wedding dresses, that's the page that comes to your mind. Who are the fashion designers that make the best wedding dresses? There are certain fashion designers that come to mind, and that's because they pick their niche. If you're thinking corporate outfits, there are certain designers that come to your mind. If you are thinking blazer sets, there will be certain designers that will come to your mind. That did not happen by chance. They deliberately built their social media over years to ensure that people can associate them with a certain type of clothes. I'm talking about picking a niche of who you want to talk to. So when you're talking to the person through your page, your page is coherent and the person can understand because you're speaking a language that the person understands. So we're going to be picking a niche in 2 categories. The first category is deciding what type of page you want the page to be. Do you want it to be a faceless brand, be a person-led brand, or do you want it to be a people-led brand? The second category of niche we're going to be picking is what type of clothes you want to be posting. And for me, personally, this was like the most stressful part because I'm a creative. I sew Ankara, I sew blazer, I sew Afrobeat. The only thing that I deliberately do not always pay customers for are beaded work, because I feel like there's a lot of stress, except the customer is somebody that I really want to go through that stress for. So that's the only work that I'm skeptical about. But every other thing I do, and I'm like, okay, so you're saying I saw everything, but I should be skeptical, I should be careful about what I post on my page. Like, I don't understand. But having seen and handled a lot of fashion brands, this is an advice that you should take to heart. Like I said, none of this is compulsory, but the reason we're doing this is so that there's coherence in your page. So when a customer enters your page, it feels welcoming, they want to stay, and they know who you're talking to, they want to stay and patronize. And you don't only have to be sewing, say wedding dresses or say blazer, but you just have to choose what your page is going to be about. If you choose that your page is going to be about Adidas dresses, for instance, or you're just going to be sewing sets, like trouser sets, sets, for instance, and you pick that, and somebody comes and makes a custom order, that's not what you post on your page, it's okay for you to just leave it on your phone and show it to customers as sample without putting it on your TikTok or your Instagram or any of the social media platforms. So I want to believe that by now you've picked your niche. If you want to be a faceless brand, a person-led brand, a people-led brand, or you want to be a mix of everything, and what type of outfits that you want to show on your social media. I want to believe that you've already picked something and you're breaking it down. So if you feel that you really don't want to pick a niche here, that's okay. You can post everything and anything that you feel. Just know that you'll be talking to everyone, and if you're talking to everyone, you're not talking to anybody specifically. Now that we've picked the niche that we want to focus on, the next step in this process is to know your customer. Every other step I'm going to be mentioning here, they are really important. But if you do not know your customer, if you do not know who you're talking to, then every other step is going to be struggling. Because while I understand when people say that, oh, the algorithm does not like me, the algorithm does not click on my videos, at the end of the day, the algorithm is people. Even those views that you have on those videos that you feel that the algorithm is not push, how many of those people, when you look at the analytics, stayed to the end of that video? How many of those people interacted with your video? Sometimes you see that the percentage is really small. So when you're creating content, you have to know who you're creating this content for. So when the person sees it, the person can relate because you're speaking a language that he understands. And I'm not just going to give you a generic know your customer. I'm going to be telling you how we can know our customer, the things that we need to know about this customer in order for you to know your customer, to then be able to speak to your customer through content. And I've grouped the way that you can know your customers into 4 parts. The first part being deciding the age bracket of your customer. So what age bracket do you want to primarily talk to? There's a primary age bracket target, and then there's a secondary age bracket target. The primary age bracket should usually be around 10 years because women in their 20s and women in their 40s usually do not have the same type of style. Same thing as when you're targeting children or you're targeting elderly women, they are definitely not going to be wearing the same type of clothes. So you have to first of all decide what is the primary age of the target customer, the people you want to be talking to through your content. Do you want to talk to young women from 25 to 35? Do you want to talk to children, teenagers? Do you want to talk to older women? Do You have to decide that whatever content you're making, whatever outfit that you're making, make them having the age bracket at the back of your mind. The second category of getting to know your customer is deciding what gender this customer is going to be to make content for. Because what you're going to say to a woman and what you're going to be saying to a man are two different things. Certain posts that I see that some male fashion designers do that is tailored to a woman for a woman to see that post and want to order. And the moment I see it, I just scroll past because the tone, the language that is being used in that post is not a language that I want to be associated with. It's a language that I find as a woman to be somehow. So in order for you to be able to talk to your customer, first you have to decide the age bracket. Second, you have to decide what gender. The third category of getting to know your customer, which to me, I feel like this should have come as number one because this for me decides a lot of things, deciding the income bracket of your ideal customer. Because if you're making an outfit that's tailored to women 25 to 35 and you're pricing it, let's say, very, very high, you're very certain that majority of women 25 to 35 or majority of men 25 to 35, they might not be able to afford certain amount of money to use it and buy clothes. Not because they did not find your post or because they did not find your outfit looking nice, but their salary will not even be able to purchase one of your outfits. So they might see your post and like it and be like, oh my god, I can't wait for when I have money, and then that's it. So when you're trying to know your customer, you also have to pay attention, have it at the back of your mind. What do you think is the monthly earning of this your customer? But the way I like to go around this, and one of the brands that I did, the process that I use for this is, first of all, I ask the brand, how much do you want to be selling your pieces for? That was the first question that I asked before I started getting to know the customer. So you can reverse engineer it that way. Decide how much you want to make your pieces for, how much you want to be charging for custom order, and then reverse engineer your customer to be somebody that their tax bracket would be able to afford the prices that you put on your pieces. And then the final category of knowing your customer is where would your ideal customer be wearing this outfit to? Because if you've decided, okay, the tax bracket of my customer is certain amount, write the amount, their sex is this, write the sex, their age bracket is this age bracket can comfortably afford the amount that I'm going to be doing my pieces for. The next question is, where are they going to be wearing this outfit to? You have to start thinking, where do you want to style them to? Apart from the places that they frequent popularly, where do you want your clothes to be worn to? And then before you make the post, look at the post and ensure that what you are posting ticks the boxes of this person in relation with the customer that you want to talk to. At this point, I believe that you're already saying that all the information that I'm giving here is going to be practical, and I'm going to be doing this with you every week. So this is a good time to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on your notifications. So whenever I'm here trying to ensure that I untangle all the tangle of content creation for you, you'll be here as well. Let me quickly go over the things that you need to know about the customer, and I'm going to rearrange the category into tax bracket, gender, age bracket, and where they'll be wearing your outfit to. So now that we have picked our niche, now we know who our customer is. The next step of this 5-step process is for you to pick a template for posting. Now this is going to make your work a lot easier. If you've already decided what background you want to be using, what type of light you want to be using, what type of content you want to be posting, what type of caption you want to be using, even that every other thing is going to fall in place because you have a template. You have a structure that you're going to be using for your post. So when you bring out your camera, your phone camera or your camera system, you're not thinking, oh, what background am I going to use today? What type of caption am I going to make? Because you already have a template that you're working with. And what are the examples of some of these templates that you have to decide? Number one is your location. Do you want to take your clients to the studio after you have made an outfit for them? If they're a custom order designer, you want to take them to the studio and ensure that your page is going to be made up of majority of pictures that were taken in the studio? Or do you want to have like a small space in your fashion house where you want your clients to ensure that your page looks neat? That is the purpose of this whole thing of picking a template, and to reduce the brain stress of trying to come up with where to make your post all the time. And if you make made to order or ready to wear, where do you want to use? Do you want to use a small space in your room? Do you want to use the curtain as your background? If there is faceless browse, how do you want to position your camera? If you sit down and decide that, then you know that whenever an outfit is ready, you just keep the outfit, film it, and you're good to go. Another example of templates that you can pick is, like I said, the type of clothes that you want to be posting. If what you want to be known for is as your big dresses, then you also have to write that down. Only as heavy dresses goes on my page. Of course, you can sew blazers, you can sew uniforms, you can sew whatever else you want to sew. But you know that a customer knows that when they come to you to sew a certain type of outfit, it is not going to go on your page because your page is mostly accurate, except once in a while that you feel like you want to be style. Another important template that you should pick is the voice of your brand. The voice of your brand is going to be better when you're doing voiceover, or most especially in your captions, because people read your captions. There are certain people that the voice of their brand is straight to the point. They post an outfit and they write the amount under, and then as a customer, if you come, you look at the price. If you want to buy it, fine. If you don't want to buy it, fine. But there are some other premium brands that explain the concept of the outfit under each post. There are some people's brand that the caption has the voice of a friend talking to you. Those are the ones that use POVs and stuff. Saying all of this to say that pay attention to fashion brands, go to their captions and notice that there is a coherence in the type of words that they use. There are certain fashion brands that are playful in their captions. Some are strict, some are luxurious. So you get to choose what voice that you want to be using in your caption. So you don't have to be racking your brain every time you want to make a caption as to what type of caption you want to do. So you can choose to just be somebody that goes straight to the point and tell people the prices and the colors that are available. It might be somebody that wants to write like the list of the inspiration, how the inspiration came, or whichever format you want to pick. But it will just be easier for you that you pick a template, so you don't have to be thinking about it all the time before you make a post. Now that you have picked a minute to know your customer, you pick a template, then it's time to set up your account. And if you already have an account, it is time to look at your account to ensure that your account is set up in a way that it will attract the customer that you're looking for. The name of your brand should be there. Your bio should be clear about who you are serving. Bonus points to you if you are more specific about who you're serving and what type of service that you're giving them. For your Instagram, look at your highlights to ensure that your highlights is not looking messy. When I come into your page, I want to feel welcome. I want to see that the music on your page has a certain type of pattern to it. I don't want to scroll and post and there's melody and the next post is the sound that is like the sound that are about to come at me. This is the point where you set up your account, ask a couple of people to look at your account to tell you if when you come into your page, they know immediately what it is, what service that you're doing immediately. Not the type of account that when I come in, I see a post in the comment section, somebody says, oh, I make clothes in France, okay. I go to your page and I'm not really understanding what's going on there. So set it up in such a way that your bio is clear and your posts they are cohesive, and whenever somebody enters your page, by the time the person takes their first scroll, they know exactly who you're serving and can decide if they want to patronize you. Finally, is the filming and the posting of your content. And under this, I'm talking about two things, which is the equipment that you need for filming if you're not already filming, and secondly, the type of content that you can explore. Find out the one that feels more like you. Before we continue this video, I want to hope that you have interacted with the video. You like, drop a comment, share it to somebody that needs to see you, because doing that will really push this video out to more people that need to see this video. On the aspect of equipment, there are 4 major equipment that you need in order for you to start creating content as a fashion designer. But they should not be excused, because there's alternative for the other 3 apart from the good camera. There's alternative for the other 3. So the first one is your camera. Depends on what camera you want to use, your phone camera, a professional camera. But you need camera in order for you to be able to film your content. And emphasis on clean camera, regardless of what phone you're using to film, what camera you're using to film. If you do not clean the lens of the camera, the picture quality are not going to come out looking good. So the first time you pick up the camera to use your phone, whatever, rule number 1, wipe the lenses of your camera. The second thing that you need is good light source. You can get some light. If you want a recommendation, let me know based on your budget and I can give you certain recommendations. For this video that you're watching right now, I'm only using natural light, that's light from my window. Although when I'm shooting like fashion content, I use some LED light, some ring light, depending on the ambience that I want for that particular post. So make sure you get a light source. If you cannot get an artificial light source, look for a natural source of light, and hopefully that will be enough for you to film your content. The third equipment you're going to need is a tripod stand that's going to serve as a stabilizer for you to hold your camera. And there is another alternative, and the other alternative is for you to use your hand. If you don't have access to a tripod stand, you can always use your hand, but remember to stabilize your hand by pressing it against the side of your body. So if you press your hand against the side of your body and you hold your phone, it is more stable, it is not going to look shaky. Or you can just look for a means around, but what we're looking for with a tripod stand is a place where you can keep your phone and it will be stable, so whoever is going to watch your content is not going to look shaky on their end. And finally, a good microphone. This is just a nice to have if you want to be doing voiceovers or talking head videos like this, so that you don't have to shout in order for the microphone or camera to pick your voice. But if you do not have a microphone at the moment, you can always edit your voice with your editing platform. Like this video as well, I did not shoot it with a microphone and you can still hear me. Although remember that the purpose of that is if you're going to be saying anything in the video, it should be clear enough that people can hear, and also ensure that if you're putting music over it, the music should not be louder than the voice in the video, so people will not be struggling to hear what you're saying. On the types of content that you can post, this is the list that I've made. You can take a screenshot and find out what each of them means and pick either 2 or 3 of the type of posts that you want to make to ensure that your page is looking coherent. But while posting, there are a couple of things that you have to bear in mind. Like, say for instance, you have to post consistently. Most especially if you're just starting, you have to be in the faces of people for them to know that the brand exists. The brand is a beautiful brand, the brand is a well-known brand. Everybody should know about the brand. So you have to put it out there. So the customer that is in your vicinity, that customer that is looking for an amazing fashion designer like you would also give them the privilege and the opportunity to be able to see you because you post consistently. You use the right hashtags for them to be able to find you when they search you on their feed. And all of these things that I've just told you today will just be extra information if you don't start acting on them today. I want to believe that I've answered any concern that you have about why you've not started posting or why you've not been consistent with posting. If I've not done justice to any of them, let me know in the comment section and I'm going to make a video explaining how you can get over that. Because my single purpose of creating this account is to ensure that I inspire you to be able to create content and put your product in the faces of people that you are a solution to their problem. While I understand that this is a free masterclass that you can use to start on your content journey, if you still want me to take a look at your page personally to give you some recommendations, or you have some questions that you want to ask me personally, or you want me to help you with your content strategy, there's the option where you can book a one-on-one fashion content strategy call with me on the video call, and I'll answer all the questions that you have. Take a look at your page and guide you into picking the right path for you. Link the call in my bio and it might also be in my description box. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, send this video to a fashion designer that needs to see, because every week I'm going to be sitting down here and ensuring that your content creation journey as a fashion designer goes smoother. So until next time when I see you, let me know if you have any questions and I'm going to address them and start posting content today.